Hi boys and girls, today we're ready for lesson 6 in math. Today we're going to talk about putting two of our two-dimensional shapes together to make a new shape, or composite shape. Composite means we're going to compose. Compose is just putting two of them together. So when I do this today, for my example, I'm just going to use squares and triangles. So I have two squares here, and I have two of my triangles here. You can use any of your pattern blocks. This would be a fun exploration activity to do when we're finished, just to see what kind of different shapes you can make. So if I take my first square and just stack my triangle on top, there's my first shape. So I just took my square and my triangle, put them together, and I just composed this new shape that kind of looks like a house. So when I go to do my second one, I just want to make sure I don't put my triangle on top again. I'm going to put it somewhere else because I want to compose a shape that's different using the same two shapes that I used in my first shape. So I'm just going to put it to the side here. So when I put it there, now I have this shape made from these two shapes, the square and the triangle, and I have this shape made from the square and the triangle. This one kind of looks like an arrow that's pointing you in the direction you need to go. So that's kind of what we're going to do today. So when you look over at the guided practice, it's like, you can move them around, which is what we did here to make new shapes. So if you look at the first one, they used a trapezoid and a triangle, and they just put the triangle on top of the trapezoid, so it looks like that. That's what they've got right here in our paper. So when I do that, it just looks like a big triangle. And then the second thing we did is, so they just circled. We used the trapezoid, we used the triangle, so we're just going to circle those two shapes on our paper, because those are the two we used. And then it just wants you to set them up a different way. And then draw that when you do it, because you're going to draw it down here. Here they've done it for you as an example. So then they just put the trapezoid, and then they just put the triangle here. So it just, same two shapes, but it looks different. So number one, it says circle the pattern blocks used to make the composite shape. So when we look at these two, what did we use? Well, we used the trapezoid again. And then we use this blue shape. That one is called the rhombus. So we're going to circle the rhombus because those are the two that they used to make that shape. So let's see. I have my trapezoid, and then I have my rhombus. And then over here, they want you to draw another picture, another shape with those two shapes. They want you to compose a new shape. So let me see. If I have my trapezoid here, maybe I just want to move my rhombus. Where do I want to? Maybe I want to just move it to the side. So I put it here, like that. So when you do that, you're going to need to draw that right here. So if I drew mine, and you can just lay your shape down and trace around it if you want to, because then I'm going to go out, because the other side is leaning against it here. So it says describe two shapes you could put together to make a rectangle. So remember, if I want to make a rectangle, I have to have two long sides and two short sides. So when I look at all the shapes that I have, I want to think about which two can I put together to make a nice rectangle. So when I think about it, could it be my trapezoids? Let's see. Could it be my rectangles? Or my triangles, sorry. What about my squares? If I put my squares together, my squares, because now I have two long sides and I have two short sides. So I have my sides that I need for a nice rectangle. Two long ones, two short ones, and 1, 2, 3, 4 vertices. So I have my four sides, my four vertices. So now I have a rectangle. So I want you to go over to the problem solving, the independent practice, and the homework you can do on your own. Remember, some of you will have homework in your portfolio, some of you will have it in your packet. So let's go to the problem solving. So the problem solving says, Edgar is making different shapes using these four pattern blocks. So he's got 4 triangles. So we're going to get 4 triangles. So he's got to make a shape, and then it just says draw one of the shapes that Edgar can make. So you just need to take yours, you can lay them out here again and just trace them, and what kind of shape could you make with your 4 triangles? could make it like that. I could make it like that. I could make it like that. So there are different choices. Do your answers have to be just like mine? No. So you think of which one you want to do. Make it over here. Trace it so then we can see what you've done here. Number 6 says Alex has a hexagon. So here's our hexagon. He's going to cut it apart to make a trapezoid and 3 triangles. So you're going to draw the lines to show how he's going to do this, and then you're going to explain it. So if I want a trapezoid and 3 triangles, what do I need to do? So I know that I need 1 trapezoid. If I look here at my other trapezoid, if I just put it right here, now look what I have. I have my hexagon. So all I did first was just cut it in half, right? So I have 2 trapezoids. I also know that I'm going to need 3 triangles. I have to keep one of these because it tells me there's a trapezoid in his new shape. So I'm going to get rid of 1 trapezoid and I'm going to replace it with 3 triangles. So let's see. Can I do this? So look, if I just take this off and lay it right here, my 3 triangles make that other trapezoid, my other half. So I'm going to have a trapezoid and my 3 triangles, and this is what it's going to look like. So you're going to, over here, you're just going to draw the lines so you can see that. So first we just cut it in half. Then I'm going to go to each corner. So there's a triangle. There's a triangle. So that's what it's going to look like on your paper. So then it says, explain your answer. So how did we get our trapezoid and our 3 triangles? So what did we do first? I just cut it into 2 parts. So I'm going to say Alex cuts it into 2 parts. Because that was the first thing we did. We just cut it into 2 parts. Then what did we do? Then we took this other part and we cut it into 3 triangles. So then, cut 1 part into 3 triangles. Okay, so as you finish writing that, so remember what we did today is we composed new shapes. So we took 2 shapes, put them together to make a new shape, or in the example here when we cut it apart, we ended up with 4 shapes to make our hexagon again. So that's all we were doing today, is composing new shapes with shapes that we already had. So your job now is to do your independent practice and then finish up your homework. Again, some of you will have homework in your packet, some of you will have homework in your portfolio.